The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Here we are once again. It's a Thursday. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning in London at 1 a.m. and it's 3 a.m. in Israel and 10 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan, and everyone is getting started over there. Welcome aboard to another edition of Talk Back Live. My name is Frank Allan. I'm going to be with you for the next hour, and we're coming to you live from New York City. That's where we originate, but listen up to this one. We don't stop just in New York. We're all around the world. The show is global. So anywhere you go around the world, around the country, we'll be right there with you, because all you have to do is be in an area where there's good Wi-Fi and hot spots, and then you get the show completely dedicated to you. And we want you to pass the show along to other people too, like your family, friends, and relatives. And you can do that by just letting them know about it. Remember that we have a lot of things to talk about, and the conversation belongs to you. Not just me, belongs to you. And when you come into the room, you'll see other people too. You can engage in conversation with them as they come along, and you can talk to them and make friends, because that's what this show is famous for. You know, we make friends. People come in sometimes for the first time. Now, all of you people who have been around with us for all of these years, I continue to thank you. And because you've been here all of these years, you supported us, and you're still here. And of course, I thank you for that. Now, they may be new people. You know, each week we try, just in case they are. I'm not saying there are new people tonight. If they're not here now, maybe they'll come in later, but we always just bring it out there so they'll know that if you're a new person for the very first time, the show goes like this. I, as the host of the show, will get things started throughout a conversation that will get the show rolling, because right now I'm in the prep mode, so I'm prepping right now. So even at this particular point, you can start your conversation, you can get on board, and all you have to do is use your keyboard on your computer, whether it's laptop, desktop, there you go, on your cell phone, and right there on your tablet as well. All you have to do is just tickle the keyboards, type in whatever you want to talk about. I'll see you right there on the big screen. I'll entertain all of your thoughts and ideas, because basically that's what the show is all about. It's free exchange of ideas and of opinions. A lot of you have them, I have them, and we would like to know yours. And that's why we call this show Talk Back Live, so we can all engage in conversation. Remember also that we're on two different platforms. We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. That's where we are right now. And if you're watching us on either one of those platforms, it doesn't matter. And you can get, as I said, all of the people that you know, whether it's your family, friends, or relatives, let them know about this show, and I can tell you how to do that. Now, let's say, for instance, you're watching us on Facebook, right? Now, Facebook, they call it tagging, but it's basically the same thing. All you have to do, whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, cut and paste the platform that you're watching us on right now. That's the link at the top of your browser. Cut and paste that and send it to as many friends as possible. Now, if you can't send them to all, you know, do something this week, some next week, the week after, until you complete the whole mission. But the most important thing is to get them out there, get them involved, because if they like what they see, if they like what they hear, they'll come along each week just like you and be full members. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, it's the same thing. Cut and paste the platform, send it out to many friends as possible. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube at this particular moment, take the time right now, if you haven't done so, particularly if you're new, Now, if you've been around a long time, you should have done it a long time ago. What we want you to do is you see there's a little strip there that says subscribe, and it's in black border, white print. And all you have to do is click onto it. Just take your mouse, drag it over, and click onto it. Now, just before you get out of control about this, that word subscription sounds like, huh, I have to subscribe, so I have to pay weekly, monthly, or whatever it is. Hey, guess what? You don't have to pay it all. There's nothing to pay. There's no financial thing involved in this. All you have to do is just click on. That's all it takes. Click on to subscribe, and that's it. Now, the reason why we want you to subscribe is because we want to find out how many people are actually watching us and who's following us. And of course, we keep all of that, keep a record of all of that. And that'll let us know and give us some kind of inclination on how many viewers are out there and how many follow us each week. The other reason is that when you click on, now that you have done it, it gives you the opportunity to know that every time we go on live, and if you're not there, you forget about the show for some reason, every time we go on live, an instant notification will pop up, and all you have to do is click onto that instant notification, and it brings you right there. See, as simple as that. Now, if you're watching us on Facebook, that's okay. That's okay. But what I want you to do after the show, don't do it now, but after the show, come along on my YouTube channel and subscribe. All right. That's very important to us. You can watch, even if you never watch us on YouTube, but we want you to come out and subscribe to us anyway, because there may be times where, something I tried YouTube. I'm going to go over to Facebook or back and forth or whatever it is. But when you subscribe to us, you'll get that same benefit. You'll get that instant notification every time we go on live. And even if we're not live and you're on line and you see an instant notification pop up, even though we're not scheduled to go on the air at any particular point, there's an activity going on. Now, that activity may be, posting a video or a still shot. Whatever the activity is, you can go on and check it out and see for yourself. So that's basically what we have. Well, thank you so much for being along. We're going to be along, as I said, for the entire hour, and we want you to stay with us. Now, if you can't stay with us for the entire hour, whatever amount of time that you could spend with us, we really would appreciate that. But we hope the case is that you're able to stay with us and learn more about us. I think you're going to like it. We're going to have a lot of fun. Sometimes a lot of people, they come in and they say, oh, well, something, maybe I'll just hang out for a little bit and then maybe later on. Now, the other thing I want to, especially you new guys, the other thing I want to talk to you about too. Now, I see everyone when they come in. Believe me, when you pop in there, I see you. Even if you don't say anything, I see you when you come in. But here's the deal. A lot of people come in and just want to watch the show and not engage in conversation. That's okay too. As long as you're out there, that's the most important thing. But even though I see you, I won't say a word, because I want to respect your privacy. Some people come in and say, well, I just want to watch the show. I don't want to get involved in conversation. And some people are shy too. There are a lot of people that are shy and don't want to get involved in conversation. And so, therefore, even though I see you, I'll just let you stay there. I won't say anything unless you say something first. And then that gives us carte blanche to say, okay, they want to get involved in conversation. Then we talk to you. And even if it's just to say hi or good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or wherever you are, we really would appreciate it. So there you go. We have it here. So here we are. And we're just a week away from Thanksgiving. You know that, right? Just 1 week away. I don't know. Some people, it snuck up on some people. Thanksgiving snuck up on some people. The holidays, like it or not, it's on its way. And not far behind that, the Christmas holiday is coming up and everybody is getting ready to spend their money to go places. And luckily, now that the government shutdown is all over, maybe you can get yourself a decent flight if you had planned to go see your loved ones someplace outside of where you are and it requires flying, then I think everything is going to be okay. Now, so far, I haven't heard like any disastrous things like flight delays. They may linger just a little bit, maybe not as bad as it was before, but since the government is back, everybody is back on site, like the air traffic controllers and back in the towers, and of course you have the all the people in administration. They're back there as well because these are government jobs. The people who board the airlines, and everybody is back, and so hopefully, whenever you go for Thanksgiving and you have to take a flight, it'll be a safe flight and a memorable one as well, just back in time. We're going to talk about that and a lot of other things. Again, if you want to talk about that too, even that shutdown, even though it's over now, and we're glad that it is, if you want to talk about that, everything is open. Free exchange and ideas of opinion. Everything is open. Remember, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, Talkback Live, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people of Facebook and YouTube and any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So here we are again. It's the 20th day of November. Boy, the time goes by so quick. It just seems like it's just creeping. The faster it comes in, the faster it comes out. The only thing I'm thinking about right now is getting back to the summer months because I know on the way, we got a lot of cold weather on the way. And so we're going to see what happens. How is it in your area? I hope everything is okay. Anyway, I also want to remind you that your shots for your flu shots, affluenza, whatever you want to call it, right? They're all available now. And I'm not going to be talking too much about this in weeks to come because it wouldn't make any sense anyway. Because now the flu season is definitely underway. And if you haven't taken your flu shot yet and you desire to do so, don't procrastinate. Get out there and do it because you can go to your favorite pharmacist. And in most cases, some of these flu shots are free. And your insurance companies, if any charge, they will pay for it. But basically, they're free. And they urge you to go in and take them, right? And also, along with that, you have the updated COVID-19 vaccinations that's available too. And you can take both at the same time. You can. You can take one in one arm and the other in the other arm, and you can do that all at once. That would be up to you. You could either take one, and then the following week or a week after, you could take the other one. But the whole thing is that you should do it now. This is no time to lose. You should have done it a long time ago. There's no time to lose on that. Like I said, the flu epidemic is here now. It's not on its way. It's underway. And if you haven't taken it, I hope that you didn't get sick or anything at this particular point. But realize something, that when you take those shots, it takes about 2 weeks before it kicks in fully. All right. So go figure. All right. But they're all available at your favorite pharmacist. And some places you can go. I know here in New York, you have the option of doing one or the other. You could walk right in there with no appointment, or you can make the appointment. You can go online of your pharmacist and make the appointment. And there may be other places where you don't have that option. So you have to make the appointment. But if you have to make the appointment, do it now. And when you make the appointment, keep the appointment. Don't blow it. All right. Especially now that you're late on doing it. But for the rest of you, I hope that you had a chance to do it. And for the people who do not desire to take the influenza shots or the COVID shots, that's okay too. All right. But keep in mind that you should never distract anyone from doing what they want to do. If it doesn't work for you, fine, that's okay. But it may work for someone else. And you shouldn't be the person or the people to tell others that it causes things like, I don't know, makes you silly, or I don't know, you know, or I don't know, all kinds of, there are all kinds of stories, false stories that came out about the shots, but they're all safe. I've been taking them for years, you know, and it's not a bother at all. It's not a bother at all. All you have to do is just relax. And when they pop you in the arm, that's good. That's good. It all happens. But a lot of these stories that come out that they make you become a zombie, or you can get autism. They say now, I heard it on the news today that some of these shots, uh, the CDC are saying, bringing out statements. You can't trust anyone anymore. But they're saying, these things are coming out where you don't want to let your children take the shot because it causes autism. Okay, here's what you're going to do. You don't know what to do? Don't listen to anyone else but your doctor, your pediatrician. Go to your pediatrician about your children, and they will tell you whether it's okay. Because remember, your doctors have your records, they know what you should have and what you should not have. So check with them. Don't listen to anyone else, especially the politicians. Anyway, thank you so much for being along with us. Not too far in the show, Brian Camp is going to be along with us in just about a minute, as a matter of fact, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, he's going to be here. He has a lot to talk about. And later on in the program, we're going to give you this day in history. We have a laundry list of a list of what happened on this day in history on the 20th of November. Something happened back in the past on the 20th November. And I have that coming for you too. And then around the end of the show, towards the end of the show, before we go off the air, I have those movies because each week I go into the Turner Classic Movie Vault and pick out my picks of the week for your weekend, because the weekend is coming up. And some of you want to do whatever you want to do on the weekend. And for some of you, maybe the ones you want to catch up on some movies. And that's when I come in with those classic movies. And I have a few of those for you. And we're going to have all of that later on in the program. So stick around and we'll have all of that for you. Okay, it's Native American Heritage Month. That's what we're celebrating all month long. That's special to me. My grandmother, my great grandmother, was a Native American. Maggie Stewart was her name. We referred to her as Mama. She was a beautiful woman, and I never met her. She died like maybe a few months before I was born. But remember that these people were the first settlers of this country. So that's what we're celebrating Native American Month. We're also celebrating Military Family Month. Those of you who have military families, people who are in the service, that's what this is dedicated to you. National Diabetes Month, so take care of all of that if you're under the umbrella. Also, National Alzheimer's Disease Month and today, would you believe it? It's National Peanut Butter Fudge Day. Have your peanut butter fudge. And of course, today is the Great American Smokeout. So if you're a smoker, put it away for a day. The day is over here, but for those of you who wish to stop smoking, let this be the start of something big, okay? Okay, Elizabeth Franz, known as her atypical and decorated take on Linda Lohman and The Death of a Salesman, has died. The Tony-winning actress died early this month at her home in Woodbury, Connecticut. Fran's cause of death was cancer and a severe reaction to drugs being used to treat her. She was 84. Sydney Hardeman, who went viral on her reaction to Beyonce's 2018 Coachella performance, has died. Hartman's mother, Jamie Hardiman, confirmed her death last Saturday, and adding that her daughter died from suicide. Sydney was engaged at the time of her death and planning an April 2026 wedding. She was 25 years old. Now we go over to, as I promised, we're going to go over to Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update, coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And of course, there's a lot to talk about. We're still in the football season, football mode, and everything is doing right there. So let's see what he has to say. What's going on in the sports world? I mean, see what he has to say. We've got a lot of things coming up, and I know the big day for you and me and a lot of other people is next Thursday. That's when you leave all of us alone.
Yeah, but there's another important day too. She wanted to come on and well, I'll let her tell you.
Oh, she's here. Hey. Oh.
So
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing? Haven't seen you in so long.
Yes. Are you coming for Thanksgiving?
No, I won't be there this year. So we're gonna have to pull it off for next year. No,
But tell
you
them the
know, we
reason
already
why that you on though. Tell them the reason why you're on.
The reason I'm on is to just spread the word of my important day. My birthday is November 28th, and
Black
just
Friday.
just to
happy
spread the word.
birthday.
Thank
Happy birthday. That's good. So are you gonna do anything special besides hang around there, eating turkey?
Yes. I'm going to have a little get together. And yeah.
Oh, with friends?
Mm-hmm.
You
School
gotta
fun.
break you gotta break away from the adults a little bit. I get that. Yeah, that's
Now
what you have
Grandpa
to
gonna
do.
be there.
Who's gonna be there?
My
Me,
grandpa.
I got to
Oh, they're
be
gonna
there
be in.
because they're going to amusement park out here called Carowinds.
Okay.
So
All
I
right.
have to be there to chaperone, and they have to have adult there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Annette, happy birthday to you.
It's not yet. It's on the 28th. It's on Black
On
Friday.
the 28th. All right. Well, I say it now because we're gonna be off next week because of the holiday.
Mhm.
So I'm glad that you came on tonight to tell us about it. So we're not going to be doing the show next week. So happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Anyway,
Okay.
in the day of sports, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are around the
By the
world.
way, ladies and gentlemen, that was Brian's granddaughter.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
He
that's
didn't
my
mention
Nettie.
that. He didn't
That's
mention
my
that.
Nettie. Yeah, yeah, that's my Nettie. And yeah, so hello to everybody out there. Hope all is well. There's a lot going on in the world today, from the Epstein files. We know that that's a witch hunt. It's a hoax. Okay, low IQ, as he would put it. And there's also a lot of stuff that's going on, with politics. But I'm here to talk about sports. That's the main thing, and I'm happy to say that we got a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff in the news and sports. Um, it's like this is a never ending thing with this gambling thing. It's just, and robbery, and it's just so much that's going on, and week after week it's the same old thing. But let me get right to it. uh let's talk about football. Approximately $200,000 in property was stolen from the home of Cleveland Browns rookie Shador Sanders, as Deion Sanders' son. Um, During a break-in, three suspects entered his home about 6:46 last week. So cameras, surveillance on cameras in the home capture video footage of the suspects entering the and exiting during portions of the home. Now they were caught on camera, but they was wearing a mask and gloves, so they weren't able to see their faces clearly. But this is the time that they was exiting the home, and they stole quite a bit of property of money and jewelry and stuff like that. And he wears a lot of jewelry from just like his father did as well too. So you know, this is the time of the holiday where people are actually breaking in. We're in desperate times now. The government has reopened, but people are still feeling the effect because they're not getting paid yet. They're getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but the retro pay is they're gonna tax that like as though it was before tax season. So whatever they get, they're gonna be taxed. In the NBA, the Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr said he's very concerned that the NBA is increased pace and play combined with its condensed 82 game schedule. Now they play 82 games. They've been playing this for a long time, and is leading to increase of soft tissue injuries, as he puts it. According to ESPN's research, the league is playing at its fastest average collective pace since the 1988-89 season. Players also have combined to travel 34.3 miles per game. That's a lot of mileage. And, because of the wear and tear of their bodies, catching these red eye flights and playing back to back nights. So it's taking its toll. Kerr has been very vocal about shortening the NBA schedule from 82 to 72 games or even fewer, believing that a bit of extra rest and practice time over the course of several months would pay dividends. We don't know. Now, Steve Kerr, he's not a doctor, he's just a basketball coach, former basketball player. So, this is his theory. We don't know, but let's see what happens. Big news in the Major League Baseball. ESPN and Major League Baseball have reworked their deal that include out of market streaming rights, while NBC and Netflix will air games as part of the new 3-year media rights agreement. Now, Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred, who's been getting a lot of heat in recent years, also was able to maximize rights for the Home Run Derby and a wild card series. NBC and Peacock, which is same network, but one is a streaming and one is the network, will become a new home for Sunday night baseball. So bye bye ESPN. You're not going to be doing Sunday night baseball. And the wild card round two, which was run by Fox also at one time. So while Netflix will have the Home Run Derby and two additional games, the three deals will average nearly $800 million a year. ESPN will still pay $550 million, while the NBC deal is worth $200 million and Netflix $50 million. So everybody gets a little piece of the pie. Big deals. Those are huge deals. So that's the new deal. It's a 3-year deal, like I said. Now, back to the gambling thing. Now, this is the latest. This is the third or fourth consecutive week I've been coming on up with new details. Members of Congress sent a letter to Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred. He's still under the microscope. Um, on commerce, science, and transportation, which oversees professional sports. Now, call the allegations and against Cleveland's pitcher, the Cleveland Guardians pitcher, Emmanuel Clace and Luis Ortiz, markedly more serious than other recent betting incidents in baseball. Federal prosecutors indicated Clace and Ortiz and accused them of rigging individual pitches over multiple games so gambling associates could profit on wages. What he's trying to say is profit on gambling associates. That means organized crime. Let's call it like it is. You want to try to dress it up nicely, it still come under organized crime. Doesn't say what ethnic group, because organized crime, every ethnic group has an organized crime family. Okay, if you want to be real about it, it's just not. It has always been the Italians. It's not only the Italians. It's every ethnic group has an organized crime. Let's call it like it is. This day in sports, November 20th, 1928, the Boston Garden opens up in 1928. The Boston Garden, yes, I got my Boston accent, where the Montreal Canadiens defeated the Boston Bruins 1-0. That's hockey, by the way. Speaking about the NHL, 1942. The NHL abolishes regular season overtime until World War II is over. 1962, Mickey Mantle wins the American League MVP for the third time. That was his last time, too. That was in 62. 1967, Tom Seaver, with a 16-12 record, is named Rookie of the Year. 1969, Brazilian soccer icon superstar, the late Pelé, scores his 1,000th goal. 1969, that same year, San Francisco Giants Willie McCovey edges out New York Met Tom Seaver as National League MVP. 1977, Walter Payton, known as Sweetness, rushes for an NFL record at that time for 275 yards, been broken later by Adrian Peterson, who owns that record. He had 297, 98 yards, I believe it was. 1984, New York Mets Dwight Gooden wins National League Rookie of the Year. 1997, Dallas Maverick AC Green sets an NBA record of 907 consecutive games played. Birthdays on this date: 1956. Mark Gastineau, NFL defensive end for the New York Jets, was born in Ardmore, Oklahoma. 1967. Chris Childs, NBA guard for the New York Knicks and New Jersey Nets, was born in Bakersfield, California. And 1981, happy birthday to Carlos Boozer, NBA forward, two-time All-Star, was born in, I'm going to try to attempt to say this here, Asch, Aschenberg, Germany. I think that's it. But he was born in Germany. I just don't, they can't pronounce the city. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a busy, busy week in sports, out of sports, but we're still here coming towards the weekend.
That's right. And don't forget, we were talking about earlier, you got football all day on Thanksgiving Day. No one wants to be bothered on that day.
Oh, don't bother me. I'm going to be right where I'm sitting at. That's where I'm going to be at.
And I know your Dallas Cowboys are playing on that day.
Against the Kansas City Chiefs, too. That should
Kansas City Chiefs. Now see, there are 3 games scheduled that day, NFL games. Well, you have the college games too, but the NFL games, you have three scheduled games, and the one with the Chiefs is the one I'm putting emphasis on.
Yeah. You got a team because they are the America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and you got Patrick Mahomes, who's American sweetheart to some people's eyes. So that should be a very good game in ratings wise, and be looking forward to that.
Yeah. You're gonna have a lot of people at your house that day?
No, it's just gonna be maybe just the 3 of us, and maybe a couple of other couple of people is gonna be coming, maybe 5 or 6, maybe 7. But we're going to keep it low and short and everything. So that's what we're going to do. But the main feature for Thanksgiving is it beats everything else. I mean, the football's great, but the March of the Wooden Soldiers, hopefully the King Kong movies will come on too, so.
Yeah. But I thanks for inviting me over for Thanksgiving, but I'm going to do local this time around. I mean, the government just reopened, and I was telling people just before we came on the air, it looks like I haven't heard any major delays on airlines lately. I mean, it'll probably be a little bit because they just opened it up, and there'll probably be a few problems, but not as bad as it was before, so people can travel to their places. But I wanted to stay put this time around.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I want to stay put this time around, but I will be watching all those games, sitting back, relaxing, and watching all of those games.
Games and movies. You can't go wrong for that day. I don't think 24 hours is going to be enough in a day to watch everything. They should have Thanksgiving 48 hours in one day of just television stuff like that. It's crazy.
I mean, you mentioned the March of the Wooden Soldiers. The lucky thing for you, if you miss it on Thanksgiving Day, is always Christmas Day too.
Yeah, but you gotta. It goes well. It goes together with the turkey, though. It goes together, and you got the Thanksgiving Day parade too, and the Macy's Day parade. So that's a big fixture. So it's gonna be it may not be the same because a lot of people's getting back to work, and there's a lot that's going on with the government as I stated just a little while ago. So it's everybody's trying to get back into the swing of things.
Well, listen, this is what I encourage everyone to do. Being that the times that we are in now, and if you have now the opportunity to go visit your loved ones, if you have to fly out there or take the train or whatever it is, just put emphasis on that, being with your family. Just put emphasis on that. This other stuff is secondary. This
Right.
other crap is secondary. Don't let it get to you. You
Yeah.
know, America went through a lot over the years, a lot. And I'm old enough to remember a lot of it. But like you say, we are resilient people. United States of America, the people in the United States are resilient, and we've got through a lot, and we'll get through this. That's for
Exactly.
sure. There's no
Exactly.
question about that.
And
I believe.
and also one more thing too. We cannot forget about the homeless people. Now, every year
Yes.
I feed the homeless. I like to, go to this here charity I mean this shelter that I like to go to and encourage them, and tell them, as you well aware because you went with me one year,
That's
and
right.
like to give them.
I think it was last year, as a matter of fact.
Last year, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give them encouraging word, give them hope. You're not alone in this. Whatever you did in your past, don't care, not interested. We all fall short. We all make mistakes. But
Yeah.
now you live now
Yeah.
and want to give back to the community. Well, this is what I love to do. I love to, make them something to eat for Thanksgiving. And in this case, it'd be the day after Thanksgiving. And I don't know why they call it Black Friday for financial reasons because they want your money and everything. But on Black Friday, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to feed the
Yeah.
homeless. Yep.
Hmm. All right. So, what does it look like tomorrow?
Let you know. Might be a tricky day.
Okay.
We've been. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of people on edge here in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Um, as you know, ICE came into right.
Yes, I heard that story. I was listening to it. Yeah, I
Not
meant
too
to call
far
you
from
about
here. Not It was
it.
not too far from here. Right down the block in our mall. We had a lot of kids out of school for this whole week.
Yeah. Hmm.
It was like in what, anywhere between 15 to 20,000 kids in the
Yeah.
whole entire county
Yeah.
in school because of ICE, and it's very sad. And that's what I said. There's a lot that's going on, not only with the government reopening, but with ICE and everything, and it's sad. It's really sad. And
Yeah. Well, we're not thinking about it anymore. That's
right,
it.
yeah.
We look
I
out for
support my
ourselves.
Latino brothers and sisters. Not all Latinos
Yeah.
are bad people. Okay.
Absolutely not.
Mhm.
Absolutely not.
That's right.
Absolutely not.
So,
Okay. I hope to see you tomorrow, but we're going to be off tomorrow. You already know that. I don't even have to tell you about that. We're going to be off next week on Back Live because of Thanksgiving Day. So we're taking Thursday and Friday off. You already know that. So I
yeah.
will see you back here in 2 weeks.
Okay, sounds good.
All
Everybody
right.
enjoy your Thanksgiving. If I don't come on tomorrow, gobble gobble and stay safe.
Okay. We'll talk to you then.
All right, take care.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, he's here each week at this time. And as you already know, he'll try to be here tomorrow. We hope that he'll be here tomorrow. We're going to look forward to that. If not, we're going to cover whatever we have to cover for him in the sports area. And we'll do that. But we hope. I'll keep my fingers crossed. I'll keep my fingers crossed because I always look forward to seeing him. Let me do something here. Okay. I always look forward to seeing him, you know. But if not, we will cover everything for him. But next week, next Thursday, we'll be off. But next Thursday, of course, since we're off next Thursday, but we'll be posting a Talkback Live next week, a Talkback Live flashback. So you'll have something to look forward to then. Anyway, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talkback Live. And my name is Frank Allen, and I'm going to be with you for the balance of the show. And we hope that you stay with us because we still have a lot. And you could add your input to this because we always like to hear from you as well to see what you have to say about anything that you have to say. So whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, it doesn't matter. We all look forward to having you out here with us. One of the things I wanted to say before I moved on that civil rights leader Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, remains in stable condition. That's good news. And the other good news is that he has been moved from ICU. So he's out of ICU, but he's a lot of work to be done. So let's keep our prayers open for him. and we hope everything is okay. And I had a chance to watch the funeral of Dick Cheney, uh, a former Vice President Dick Cheney. I saw that out of Washington, D.C. They had his funeral this afternoon at the Washington National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. And a lot of people showed up. The Bush family, President Biden and Jill Biden was there, Vice President Pence, Vice President Kamala Harris, and a lot of people. But there was one that was missing, but the only reason why he was missing because he wasn't invited. When you can't get invited to a funeral, then something's wrong with you. There's something wrong there. You know, nobody wants you around. No one wants you. No one wants you. Okay, I think it's about that time to go back in time because on this day in history in 1928, WGHAM in Newport News, Virginia begins transmission. On this day in history, 1931, Rolls-Royce acquisition of Bentley Motors is announced. On this day in history, 1958, American puppeteers Jim and Jane Henson established the Puppets International, or the Puppets Incorporated. That's the Muppets Incorporated. On this day in history, 1959, WABC Radio in New York City fires disc jockey Allan Freed over his refusal to swear innocence in payola scandal and accepting bribes and record companies. On this day in history, 1975, Ronald Reagan announces candidacy for Republican nomination for U.S. president. Back in 1981, Ringo Starr releases his album Stop and Smell the Roses in the UK. In 1983, Terms of Endearment, starring Shirley MacLaine and Deborah Winger, premieres in New York City, made the Best Picture of 1984. On this day in history in 1986, World Health Organization announces first global effect on to combat AIDS. Back in 1990s, Saddam Hussein announces plans to release German hostages. In the year 2001, U.S. President George W. Bush dedicates the U.S. Department of Justice headquarters, the Robert F. Kennedy Justice Building, on what would have been his 76th birthday. In 2002, Die Another Day, and that's the 20th James Bond film that was released starring Pierce Brosnan and Halle Berry. In 2022, Elton John completes the North American leg of his Farewell Yellow Brick Road, the final tour at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. On this day in history in 1907, Fran Allison of Kukla, Fran and Ollie was born in LaPorte City, Iowa, and she died in 1989. On this day in history, 1925, actress, comedian Kay Ballett was born in Cleveland, Ohio. She died in 2019. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was born on this day in 1925 in Brookline, Massachusetts. He died June 6, 1968, at the age of 42 years old by assassination. On this day in history, 1928, actor Franklin Cove, who played Tom Willis of the Jeffersons, was born in Cleveland, Ohio. He died in 2006. In 1938, Dick Smothers of the Smothers Brothers was born on Governor's Island in New York City, and he's 87 years old today. He's still alive. He's still here. Musician Dr. John was born on this day in 1941 in New Orleans, Louisiana, and he died June 6, 2019, at 77. President Joe Biden, happy birthday, Mr. President. He was born on this day in 1942 in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And Mr. Biden, you're 83 and you're still looking good, still swinging, baby. In 1943, actress Veronica Hamill of Hill Street Blues was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She's 82 today. National Security Advisor and diplomat John Bolton was born on this day in 1948 in Baltimore, Maryland, and he's 77 years old today. In 1948, gospel singer And musician Rance Allan of the Rance Allan Group was born in Monroe, Michigan, and he died in 2020. In 1956, actress Bo Derek was born on this day, and she was born in Long Beach, California. She's 69 today. In 1959, actress Sean Young was born in Louisville, Kentucky, and she's 66 today. In 1895, American business and tire maker Harvey Firestone weds American composer Isabel Smith. On this day in history, in 1932, blues musician Muddy Waters weds Mabel Berry, and they got divorced in 1935. In 1937, actor Jackie Coogan weds actress Betty Grable in Los Angeles, California. They got divorced in 1939. In 1944, model agency executive Eileen Odensor weds businessman Gerald W. Ford in San Francisco, California. So that made Eileen Ford. It became the Eileen Ford Agency. On this day in history, 1947, future British Queen Princess Elizabeth II weds Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten at Westminster Abbey, London. In 1986, comedian and actor Steve Martin weds actress Victoria Tenton, and they got divorced in 1994. On this day in history, in 1993, actor Luke Perry weds Minnie Sharp in Beverly Hills, California. In 2001, ABC News political analyst George Stephanopoulos weds actress Alexandra Wentworth in New York City. In 2013, Rupert Murdoch divorces Wendy Dang after 13 years of marriage. And finally, in 1973, Allan Sherman, American prodigy singer and songwriter who composed Hello Mother, Hello Father, he dies of emphysema at the age of 48 years old. So that's what's happening on this day in history. If those of you who know or have any idea what happened on this day in history that I didn't bring out there and you know right off the top of your head, we like to know about it. Just type it in right there and I'll see you right there on the big screen and I'll bring it out there. People could see it, but I'll do it orally myself. And those of you, as I always say, you love to engage you guys in conversation. But listen, here's the deal. If you don't want to engage in conversation, that's okay too. But you might want to get in touch with me. And that's easy to do. All you have to do is be proactive and use the information I'm about to give you. I'm going to give you an email address and a telephone number. I'll start with the email address first. Email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. FrankAllanProd at AOL.com. That's FrankAllanProd at AOL.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Now, what I want you to do is put it away. And what I mean by that is stash it into your electronic devices, such as your computers, be it laptop, desktop, maybe your tablet or your telephone, whatever, because we want you to keep that whenever you need it, it's going to be right there. And if you have all of those devices, put them on all of those devices in case one doesn't click, you have another one to fall back on. Remember, you can use all that information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. And you don't have to have any particular reason to contact me. You could just say hi. Maybe you have a birthday coming up, or maybe there's a community event coming up that you want us to know about and you want us to put out there for you. We'll do that. Or anything at all. Just contact us. And we'd love to hear from you. All right. And let's get acquainted. And so what I'm going to do is give you that email address again. The email address is FrankAllanProd at AOL.com. That's FrankAllanProd at AOL.com. Telephone number, once again, is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I'll be waiting for you. I'll sit here and twiddle my thumbs for you. Just wait on you and see if you're going to be here. And I'd love to hear from you. Okay? Looking forward to it. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And those of you who are out there each week with us, we thank you so much for being with us. Those of you who are just popping in, thank you for being with us. But you have to know that we're on every week at this time. And depending on where you are, we're Eastern. So I'll tell you right off Jump Street that we come on every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So go figure. You may not be Eastern. You may be in another different time zone, but Eastern can let you figure out what time we come on in your time zone. We're all around the world too. So we just wanted you to know that. As Brian said earlier, first of all, I want to once again say happy birthday to Lynette. She was out here early while Brian was doing the sport. So happy birthday. I'm glad that she came out to tell us about it because we're not going to be here next week because we're off for the holiday, which is Thanksgiving. So there you go. But happy birthday once again. Well, so many things happened during the week. I mean, news broke all around. I couldn't tell you each and every detail or each and every news item that came out because there's just so many things that happened. We're not a news show. We just bring out a few things that we want to talk about, right? But for the news, you have to listen to the news completely, whatever your news outlet is, whatever outlet is, whatever your news outlet is, you want to check it out. But I do know one of the things that happened this week. I'm trying to think of these guys. This guy has so many names. Let me pick out one for the day. Okay, I'll call him Dozing Don this week. Dozing Don hosted the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman came into the United States and visit the White House or the outhouse or whatever you want to call it. Visit Dozing Don in the house. And so he hosted, and not only that, he hosted him, and then they threw a dinner for him that particular night. All of these lavish dinners while people are starving, they have these dinners and things like that. But there were a lot of things that were going on, and I was watching. It was so painful to watch. It was so painful to watch, and I'll tell you why it was painful to watch because the whole time it was on, I would give it about maybe 30 minutes and then 20 minutes of questions, Q&A, all right? Maybe a little more than 30 minutes, all right? And that whole time, it was nothing but lies, lies, lies. Particularly, I laughed when he was saying the prices are down, gasoline is down. Now, ladies and gentlemen who are watching me right now, if you're watching me right now, would you please tell me a gas station where you are that the prices of gasoline is down to $4 or $2? Can you tell me that? This way I can, send someone over to order me a tank full of gas to bring here. He said that the gasoline went down in some places for $2 a gallon. When was the last time you've seen $4 a gallon, $3 a gallon, $2 a gallon? And then he said the food went down, everything is going down. The prices for eggs are going down and bacon is going down. All of that went down. I must be on another planet someplace because I haven't seen any prices like that. So that was going on for the whole time that they were doing. And then when it got to the Q&A, there was this one particular, and I have to put emphasis on her, from ABC News, and she asked a very valid question, and I'll put her name out there because I thought she was a professional about it. Her name was Mary Bruce. Mary Bruce is an American journalist working at ABC as the network chief White House correspondent. It's based in Washington, D.C. Mary asked a question. She asked two questions. Two for the price of one. She directed one question to Dozing Don and the other one to the Crown Prince. All right. And the question she said the question was for Dozing Don was, she asked him about wasn't it inappropriate for his family to do business with Saudi Arabia while he's in office? And the question to the crown prince was, they heard something about the orchestration of him killing a journalist from the United States. The journalist from the United States. Okay. His name is Jamal Khashoggi. Jamal Jamal Khashoggi. Khashoggi. Jamal Khashoggi. He was in the United States, but he was in Saudi Arabia when he. You probably heard that story. You heard that story. That was back in 2018. You heard that story, and he dodged that question. She asked the question whether or not he orchestrated that hit, and he dodged the question. And as far as Trump's question was, he got irritated about it and told her that she was a very bad reporter, that shouldn't ask questions like that. Uh, and she asked two questions, and the other question was the same thing. It was basically valid. They were both valid questions. As a matter of fact, I thought she asked the best questions out of that whole time they were in there. And when she asked that question, all hell broke loose. He lost his mind, and he said that he had nothing to do with the business, which we all know that his children are running the business, but basically he's looking down on that business and he has his hand in that business. And so that's what kind of like teed him off. That's what teed him off. But I send out props to Mary Bruce from ABC. I even reached out to Mary Bruce and told her, complimented her on the question and her professionalism, and I just left it at that. I just wrote her a little note just to congratulate her and how much I appreciated her professionalism and the questions that she asked. And there's no response needed. I just wanted her to know that. And if you're watching, I just wanted you to know that. So many things, so many things, so many things. But there's more to come. I have so much to talk about, but we got to move on because I have these movies that I want to talk to you about. Other than this whole thing with Saudi Arabia and all of that, it was a terrible mess. That whole thing was basically painful to watch. But then again, it doesn't surprise me anymore, because while people are starving, and he's talking about other things, and this man should be worrying because a lot of people in his party, the people he had a tight hold on for so long, are kind of moving away from him. Case in point, Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of them. And I can go on and on and on, but you already know the deal on that. Okay, movies. All right. I have today 4 movies. I'm going to quickly go through them right here. Let's go back to 1957. This one is called A Face in the Crowd. Andy Griffith. This is a good movie. It's a black and white movie. Andy Griffith from 1957, Patricia Neal, and Anthony Franciosa. That was Turner Classic Movies, and you can see that Saturday at 4:45 p.m. Eastern. Here's one that I think you're going to really like, back in 1944. Double Indemnity. And that stars Fred MacMurray, Barbara Streisand, and Edward G. Robinson. That's a good movie. I love it. 1944. And you can see it is coming up on Turner Classic Movies Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Calamity Jane. Now, this is a musical comedy. And back in 1953, Doris Day, Howard Keel, and Allison McLeary. And that's Turner Classic Movies. You can check that out Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then here's something from 1955 called Queen Bee, starring Joan Crawford, Barry Sullivan, and Betsy Palmer. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And everything is black and white except for Calamity Jane. That's in color. But they're all classics, and you should check them out. Also, once you do go to Turner Classic Movies, go there and you'll see all of the pay-per-view movies and the free movies. They're all there, and children's programs and all of those great things that you admire. and they're right there for you. We won't be here next week. We won't be here next week because of the holiday. And so we'll be taking off Thanksgiving Day. So I want to wish you guys in advance a happy Thanksgiving and a safe one. And if you're going to see loved ones, be safe. But I will be back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern for the coffee hour. And hopefully, keep our fingers crossed, Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports. If not, I will take care of everything like that. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being along with us. We'll catch you back here in 2 weeks. In the meantime, have yourself a wonderful day. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant good night to each and every. Happy Thanksgiving. Take care.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host Frank Allan. The producer is Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.